everybody, and welcome back to my channel for another speed build. My name's Silver, and today I have for you Pinenut Drive. So as always, introing with this is a different build than what I normally do, but in my defense, I do truly believe that. I saw a house on Pinterest, so that's what inspired this. So this is all based around the garage. And as such, I want to get more ideas and do more interesting things with my builds, because, you know, I can build a suburban, sure, but what makes it interesting? And I really want to play with roofs. So I actually built this entirely different to how I would normally build it, in that I didn't just build the shape and then add stuff. I was really trying to get an interesting shape and, you know, build it the way I have in my mind, because oftentimes I get like a vision in my head of what I want to build, but then it doesn't really come out that way, just simply because of the way that I build. I rush things. So, you know, this build is a little bit longer than normal. Eventually I'll get faster at it, but I didn't include the landscaping, and I didn't include the floor plan or the bathrooms. I hope you don't mind, but it was a really long video already, and because I'm doing this a little bit differently. And like the landscaping, I did that a little bit differently too. Like I made it quite structured, in my opinion, and I really liked doing it that way. I feel really more creatively satisfied having built it this way. I feel that it was more interesting, and it was exactly what I was going for. And it was a struggle though, like, because I had in my head like a 30-second snapshot of a picture I saw on Pinterest. I don't look at it long because I don't want to copy it. So, you know, I have this idea in my head, and, you know, trying to execute it is maybe a little bit more difficult. I was originally going to make this a limited pack build, but that didn't happen, so I'm sorry. I will make a limited pack build. I think I'll start making that more of a priority, like doing combinations and things like that, but we'll see. I've been watching some tutorials on roofing and things like that, so, you know, hopefully we can get a little bit better at our roofing. I'm not saying my roofing's bad, I'm just saying, like, I feel like it could be more interesting. I'm more interested in trying new things, and I'm so pleased with how this turned out that I really want to continue doing that. So I hope you guys bear with me while I try these new things, and it was a lot of fun. I woke up this morning, and I had like 4 hours of sleep last night. It was Halloween, right? And then we watched a scary movie. We watched Hereditary. Do not watch it. It's messed up. But that being said, we watched that movie, and so it was already late when we finished, and then I couldn't sleep afterwards for some unknown reason, and I just was not happy. So I ended up staying up until like 4 in the morning, or 3:30, sorry, not 4, and then woke up at 7, so, you know, and then rolled out of bed at 7:30, so about 4 hours of sleep, which is, you know, fun. So I literally got out of bed at 7:30 and came upstairs and started building, and this took me, I think, 3 hours. So I guess, well, 3 hours of record time almost, but I didn't record everything. Like, I didn't record the bathrooms, although I have to say I'm actually kind of sad that I didn't, because I'm a little impressed with these bathrooms. You'll see them in the screenshots. They're very different than my normal bathrooms, I think. Like, I think with this house, I paid really close attention to the detail, and I really do think that that's why it was so, such a long video as well, is because I was really detail oriented. Like, I was placing stuff up on shelves correctly and placing a lot of clutter, like the, in the garage, for example, which is obviously non-functional as a garage, but hey-o. Also, we're not there yet, but I love the color scheme for this house. I'm so happy with it. Like, I can't even tell you. You know, normally I'm like, nah, green and red, not an okay thing to put together. However, these shades of green and red work really well together, and I'm super pleased, and I, again, just want to continue experimenting. I think it's so much fun, and I encourage you guys to do the same, even if it's maybe a little scarier, takes longer. It doesn't really matter. It's about you having fun, and that's the crux of the situation. I had a lot of fun. So, of course, using a lot of seasons things. But here's what I liked, though. How about this porch with a glass roof? I kind of dig it. I'm like really here for it, actually. But I'm just adding windows now and, you know, changing the shape. This is something I don't normally do. Once I get my shape, I'm like, that's it. I don't need to change it to accommodate. Because here's the thing. I normally go inside right after, and it doesn't allow me to change things to accommodate that. And yeah, okay, the floor plan's a little bit wacky, but honestly, it worked perfectly. Like it just worked so much better because I was actually like actively the build was more fluid. Like I was able to actually do more things. Also, this stone I'm using, I don't know where it's from. I think it's from the base game. I've never seen it before. And I'm so confused. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. And also, you might notice that I missed a little piece of the siding. I did go back in and add that, not in the video, but I noticed, of course, editing the video. So it's in the game, fear not. But yeah, the moral of the story, this was really fun. And I get this stone, this brick, and this siding. And I think, I've said this before, I think every build should have 3 textures. Maybe not always, you know, like a simple suburban house maybe will just have siding, but a build like this with all these like little bump outs and things like that, 3 textures. So we have the stone, we have the brick, and we have the siding. They're 3 different textures. And I really, really, really like that. I think it's very cohesive, and I think it looks nice. So that's my tip. If you're having trouble coloring a house and, you know, picking out colors and stuff, then you want to pick 3 textures. And then on top of that, the colors themselves, like I would personally, you know, pick complementary colors. So although, you know, green and red are very Christmassy, in this case, they're not. Because they're paler, they're, you know, they're not like bright red and bright green. So there's that. But yeah, sorry, I skipped over quite a bit because, like I said, I didn't put in the landscaping, but you can see that I've actually made it very crisp and like actually done. Because normally there's a glitch right now where your terrain tool, like the painting tool, will not snap properly. It like goes all over the place. And to combat that, we are now doing something a little bit different. I think overall my landscaping is still crazy, it's just not as crazy, and I think that's a good thing. And maybe some builds that it still needs to be less refined. This is a very, like, refined house, I think, you know? And, oh, by the way, we're building a new crest. Yeah, 40 by 30, I think. Oh, fun. Okay, so this is the basketball net that you get from City Living, and I'm sure it doesn't work on this like above ground pool, which I never build ever like above ground pool. It was just fun, but there's a reason I did it. Okay, basically when I was growing up, I lived right next door to my uncle and aunt and cousins, and you know, my childhood home is still there, my grandparents live in it, blah blah blah. But they had an above ground pool like this, very similar, and they have a basketball hoop like on the side. And you know what, I was thinking, like when I saw it and put it next to it, I was thinking, wow, I loved that as a kid. It was fun. It was fun to play basketball in the pool, you know? And so I thought it would be like a little cute addition to the family life here. And yeah, I'm sure it's not functional, but it's the idea of it being fun and family oriented. So you can see some of the landscaping now because I'm adding the lights and the mailbox. Again, sorry I didn't cut it in, but we use like those big red plants from whatchamacallit. That helps you. Um, from Romantic Garden stuff, we also use a lot of the base game ones, you know, just greenery plus, pink and red. Yeah, pink, red, green, and a little tiny bit of the yellow little plants. But yeah, we're inside now, sorry. Again, I did the floor plan off camera. I didn't think it mattered that much, and honestly, it came together pretty easily. I think I did the floor plan really quickly, and I probably could have included it. It's just, you know, before I cut it down, it was a really long video. It was like 40 minutes, so let's not do that. And I'm sorry, I used the parenthood counters. Please don't at me. It's fine. I tried these ones first, but they just weren't the right color, and then they weren't the cool little... The parenthood counters, if you get like corner pieces and stuff like that, it comes out in like, here, it's got like open shelving in it, and it's just so cool, and it looks really nice for family homes, in my opinion. So there's that. Again, this house came together really easily. Like, I didn't have any problems furnishing. I didn't really go back and change a bunch of things. There's a lot to do in this household for family. Like, it came together really easily. It's just there's a lot of room, so that's why it took so long. It's not like, I mean, it's a 4-bedroom house and 3-bathroom, which is pretty average, but the house itself is actually really big. Like, there's 2 formal seating areas. Like, there's a, like, well, formal is a strong word. There's like a living room with, what's the word? With like a TV, and then there's a living room with a fireplace and, you know, games and things like that. And I think this house is very family oriented, maybe more so than any house I've built. And I think it's really refined, but at the same time, it's a home. Like, it's somebody's home. And that's what I like about it. And I think it works. So I'm using the Seasons couches here. I thought that it would be nice to get a little bit of a distinction. We're using the green shade on the lamp just because, you know, we have green outside. I just want to pull the colors all together. And we use a lot of browns and greens and even red a little bit, like in the tiles in the bathroom as well as the curtain in the kitchen. And it's just to tie all the colors from the outside to the inside. And like I said, this isn't edited. Like, I didn't cut anything out of this living room, and it came together so quickly. I think the longest thing was me putting this mirror up. I did it twice because I used a Seasons mirror too. Oh my goodness, like, why is it so difficult? Why can we not lower it down? Because realistically speaking, nobody's that tall in The Sims. And, well, okay, maybe I'm just projecting because I'm short. But how I feel is relevant. But again, hallway came together pretty simply. Like, I really love those paintings. They're so amazing. I want to say they came from Backyard Stuff. Could be wrong, but I think so. And, oh, you know what? We used a lot from pets too, I think. And it was just a lot of fun. Okay, can we talk for a second about how cold it is? I'm dying. Like, I might actually be dying. I cannot handle the cold, okay? It is 4 degrees here, so I think that's 40 Celsius. Could be wrong. Not 40 Celsius. I wouldn't be complaining. That's not true. I'd probably complain about how hot it is. Like, you know me, guys. No, but normally I layer up in my house. I put like 3 pairs of socks on, maybe a couple pair of pants, and I wear a robe like 90% of my time. That is literally 3 times the size of me. Like, it's a huge fluffy robe. And I had to turn the heating on because it's too cold. And you know what? It's actually probably even colder inside than it is outside because our house is like concrete and we're on the edge. So we have like, you know, 2 walls facing us. So if I walk in the hallway, despite the heating being on, it'll be freezing cold in there. Like, you know, freezing cold. And like, I wake up with a sore throat, you know, stuffy nose just because of how cold it is. And we've tried contacting the company that owns the house, but they basically were like, oh, we know there's an issue, but we're not fixing it yet. You gotta wait a couple of years. Meanwhile, we're paying twice the amount in heating costs because there's no insulation. It's impossible. Because like, even like, you walk through the house, we have to tape our window shut. It's ridiculous. I don't even live in like a bad housing area. Like it's a nice housing area, so it's kind of unacceptable. But I digress. It's cold. I'm dying, so I built a sunny house. Maybe I'll build in the beach this week or next week or whatever it is. What are we? It's Friday, isn't it? Oh, I have appointments today. Oh no. Oh yay. Excitement. No, I'm just going to the doctor for, checkup, normal things. But yeah, this is the second living room. It's very weirdly shaped, but I think we got it in the end. I include a chess table. Oh, there's a don't wake the llama in the other room, by the way, in the less formal room. So there's like really family stuff to do here. Like, it's very family oriented, I think, personally. And like, hey, I remembered to include little things like a clock. I never include clocks. I'm so bad at remembering like those little tiny details. But this time, we did it. And like here we get a piano, some more seating, and oh, this is where I decided there were pets here. And of course, like I themed the kids' room, so of course there's a pet crazy room. I can't help it. I know everybody doesn't like my first pet stuff, but I really do. I really do. I think it, I get the whole concept, of course, like you can't, you have to have pets, or not pets, cats and dogs. You have to have cats and dogs to be able to, get that pack. So I understand that in terms of that, it's kind of a sucky pack. But in terms of the actual content, I think it's great content. It adds some stuff for kids. And, Simmers are always complaining that we don't have enough stuff for kids. My first pet stuff. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't have the kids' room stuff. Like, because I don't have it. So maybe I would feel differently if I had kids' room stuff. I tried to buy it, but you need premium on Origin, and I don't have that, and I don't think I'm going to get that. So for now, I do not have kids' room stuff. Maybe I will in the future, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed that little tiny room was the laundry room. You're going to have to move the basket to make that functional, but I thought it was cute, so sorry. But this is the garage. I kept it really simple, and by that I mean I cluttered it like crazy at the end of the video. You're welcome. Oh gosh. But we also have a study here, which I think is really cute. Like, maybe one of the parents is a lawyer. Oh, lawyers are coming to be a thing in universities, so maybe this is the perfect home for a lawyer, with a big family. I mean, as a lawyer, if you're successful, you should be able to afford this house, I think, like, stereotypically speaking, right? Like, that's the thing. Lawyers make quite a bit of money, right? I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't really comment, I guess. But, this study would be perfect. This is where you could come and see clients while your kids are at school and stuff. It's very professional looking, I think, and like I didn't get a lot of clutter in here, like just, normal things. I didn't even think of that until now. Oh my gosh, if I do a lawyer playthrough, I'm gonna have to, oh, how much money is this house? I don't even want to know. It's probably over the 100,000s. Probably. It would have to be, right? I included so much clutter, and it's a huge house, like, it's not a small house. I mean, it's not a mansion, but it's really not a small house. That's fine. Yeah, so closets. I got closets in almost all the rooms except one, so, almost all the rooms. Almost. But I'm adding a family computer as well. I did not include computers in the kids' bedrooms, and that's just a personal choice. Like, I had a computer growing up in my bedroom. I've been playing games since I was literally 4. I started my first I can't even speak. I played EverQuest when I was 4. I mean, like, I didn't, like, properly play. My dad, bought me a horse in the game, which I was excited about, and I was a spellcaster. I can't remember what they're called now, but Enchantress, I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Anyway, she was an elf, and like the little figurine my dad had, because, I'm 4 and, goals. And my greatest pastime was getting lost in the catacombs and turning into a chair. So, you know, I wasn't playing properly, but I was playing. And then when I was 10, I moved over, well, I would have been 9 turning 10. I moved over to World of Warcraft, and I played that for a really long time. And I've played Sims for longer than that, so... And I'm 23 now, so I've been playing it for... Oh my gosh, I've been playing it for too long. Oh no. But yeah, games have been my life forever, so... I had a computer growing up, but these kids don't. That's my story. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you'll notice that bright blue wall in the middle room there. We changed that. Yeah, we changed that. That room is like very eclectic, and I actually made it quite artsy, but the wall was so bright, it was actually making me squint. I might be dramatic, but it still made me feel like I was gonna burn my eyes. So, you know, I changed that for you guys. Fun stuff. But this is the pet lover room, and kind of proud of it. It is so cluttered. And look, we get like a little paws around the baseboard, and I think it's so cute. I've never done this before, and I want to do it again because it is just really adorable in my opinion. Like, I want that in I was gonna say in my kids' room, but I don't have children, so like, let's not. But I included a little pet bed in here too, as well as a cat scratching. So I figured there were cats and dogs, and I do, of course, add a litter box, but that was done off camera, so you don't have to worry about that. And of course, there's plenty of space to bathe your cats. You guys should wait to see the screenshots to see the master bathroom. Oh my gosh. Oh my... I tried to say goodness and gosh at the same time. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It's big, and it has like a jacuzzi in it, and you know, I'm like raving about stuff that hasn't happened yet and isn't even gonna happen in the video because I didn't want to bore you guys. Maybe I'll include a bathroom like that. If I do them differently, then maybe I'll include one bathroom, but I kind of make all the bathrooms at the same time. Also, I don't think I've ever built anything with these like reward ribbons, and I don't normally use these mirrors either except in modern builds, but I don't know, I used it twice in this build and it really worked, I think, so you know, that's fun. But this is definitely the artsy room, and I think it's very very neutral. It's such a neutral room. I would love to live in this room. No, oh my gosh, I would never sleep. Like, I would never sleep. And that's okay. Not everybody has to sleep. It's fine. But yeah, it's very neutral. You're welcome. And it's fun. So we have things for the family. There's a pool. There's, well, technically there's a basketball court. Technically. There's planter boxes, which I put plants in, but you can take those out. That's fine. Don't wake the llama. You have plenty of toys. Also, this bed is faced in a weird direction. I almost never do that, but it really suited this room, I think. Like, it's so ridiculous to think that everybody builds their rooms the same exact way, and I don't know why I do that. Also, giant robot in the corner. I thought it was cool. I know it's a little bit pixelated, but I thought it was fun, so, you know, we do that. Sorry, not sorry. It's a thing. We'll get there. It's fine. See, these rugs from my first pet stuff. Like, come on, they're so cute. They're so versatile. Like, I wouldn't even have to put it in a kid's room. It's just the colors worked well for me. But yeah, now I'm going back through and cluttering things like crazy. So I take this red shelf. If you don't know what this red shelf is, I will link it down below in the description. It's basically a shelf that you can, it has tons of slots on it. And you can raise it up to the height and then therefore place things at the correct height, like on this shelf, for example. Also, I'm going through the debug menu again. My bad. But that picture on the top shelf is from the debug menu. I think it's from the Parenthood thing, that thing that's on the wall, the chalkboard. Yeah, I think that's there. Also, I put the decorations box in this thing, and I've never done that before. And if you go through that cat plant swatch, Like, it has a cat plant. Sorry. Cat cactus. I have a cat cactus. I actually genuinely have a cat cactus. I will post it on my social media. I will post it on, should I post it on Twitter or Instagram? I have both. I could post it on both and a Facebook. If you don't know, I have social media of all kinds. We have a Twitch channel. We have Instagram. We have Twitter. So, you know, go follow. Now, if you're going to follow anything, follow my Twitter, because then you get notifications for my, when I'm live. And if you don't know, I stream The Sims on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 8 p.m. EST to 11-ish. You know, we try. We try. It's a journey. Yeah, you should check that out. It'll be fun. Come join us. It'll be great. Plugging myself shamelessly. Sorry. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, and you'll get to see all those fun things. I have no idea what I was talking about that led up to that. I'm sorry. I'm lost. It's been one of those days. I've had 4 hours of sleep. It's not happening. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Shelf. Shelf is cool. Find that in the description. You can also find the links to my social media in the description. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Yeah, it's all in the description though, and on my channel and various other places. But with that, I hope you liked the video. And if you did, let me know in the comments and show your support by tapping the like button and subscribe for more builds. If you'd like this build in your game, it is up on the gallery under my username Silverplumbobs. And remember guys, I upload daily. Have a great day. Bye!